So we like challenging every South African. If you're not leaving and you're staying, you've got to roll up your sleeves. You've got to come to the point where you say, this is my home, this is my house, this is my town, this is my province, this is my country.
I'm not leaving this country for anything. Call me whatever, I'll work with you tomorrow.
My name is André van Pletzen, one of the founding members of Ignite Revive Kroonstad, and this is our story. A story of hope, a story of encouragement, a story of proving to South Africa that all is not lost. A story where we have achieved successes, achieved our goals against all the odds. A story where a community decided to draw a line, say enough is enough, roll up their sleeves, come together, and decided to be the change we want to see. That is our story. And we, as a group, I think what's important to understand is we do not have a secret formula. Everything we've done is basics, common sense. In 2016, we had a crisis in our town. A national road project ran through the center of town. First, we were excited about it. They promised us different sections would be done in a 6-week period of time. 9 months later, we had trenches of 1.2 to 1.5 meter deep in our town, and businesses lost millions. Customers could not come to your business. And that is when this group decided to get together. We're a group of 10 businessmen and women. 3 of them are remaining after a couple of years together. Some joined, some left again. Today we are a core group of 11. We decided to do something about that crisis, and we successfully did. Then a second crisis hit us. 160,000 people were without water. We have a big pump and 2 small pumps that pump the water into a holding dam. That is when it rains and the river comes down, the Vals River, which ends up in the Vaal River. And obviously the pumps weren't maintained and the pumps weren't repaired when broken. That resulted in 160,000 people running dry without water. We again decided to do something about it, and we contacted Carte Blanche. Carte Blanche came to Kroonstad, did a story, we put a spotlight on what was wrong, and we name and shamed. Then we decided to make a difference, and we went and we had contact. Okay, kan ek aangaan? Okay, then we decided to make a difference. We drew up a couple of petitions. We opposed every single thing that we found that was wrong. Tenders, corruption, false qualifications, you name it, we tackled it head on. We are a group that decided it's no use standing up for the right if you're not prepared to stand up against the wrong. We decided, we drew a line, enough is enough. This is our house, this is our town, this is our country, this is our pride. Enough is enough. So we drew a line, and I'm going to repeat, it's no use standing up for the right if you're not prepared to stand up against the wrong. Does Kroonstad have a secret formula? Definitely not. We don't. It's common sense, it's basics. But I'd like to give you 3 points. For any town and any group in South Africa wanting to start something, number 1, you need a team. We have most probably the best team in South Africa. I think Henny Mostert sitting over there from Die Moot, they have a very good team as well. Our team, what I can testify about our team, everybody in our team has contribution as their main basic human need, not significance. There's 6 basic human needs, and our group have contribution. as their basic human need. And that's very special. It's a group of people that serve. A group of people that do everything without complaining. They called us, in Kroonstad, they called us dartboards. And that is a reality. The second thing you need is a plan. Okay? We prayed about our name, Ignite and Revive. We got it. We prayed to God for a plan, and we got it. My son, André van Pletzen, introduced me to Simon Sinek's Golden Circle model, which I didn't know of. Thus, our plan is called Why, How, and What. The Golden Circle model of Simon Sinek. Most of you must probably know it. The third thing I would like to bring to your attention in our story is to read the book of Nehemiah. If you read the book of Nehemiah, you will find the most valuable leadership lessons in that book. And what you will find as well, you'll understand, because time does not permit, but you will understand what we as Kroonstad, the group Ignite and Revive, what we went through. And you will understand what you are going to go through when you start. That is very, very important. Because for every Nehemiah that stands up in a city, in a neighborhood, in a town, I guarantee you that Tobiah, Sanballat, and Geshem will stand up against you. Sanballat in the original language means enemy in secret. I guarantee that. So that is 3 valuable points. If anybody wants to start a group, because that is part of our story. God is part of our story, and we are part of God's story. I would like to then come to the plan and share with you our story on the plan. The why, how, and the what. The why is very easy. Why are you doing what you're doing? The how is how are you going to do it? And the what is the outcome you would like to achieve? When we work with government officials and politicians, they all start at the what. What's in it for me? Okay, we take them back to the why, and we explain to them why we're doing it. And we ask a couple of simple questions, which all the answers are obviously going to be yes. Is our town in trouble? Do we have sewage running down the road? Do we have potholes? Is our municipality technically bankrupt? Do we have a dysfunctional municipality? Do we have a problem with unemployment? People being hungry? Do we have a problem with schools, healthcare, old age homes? All basics. And every answer is yes. Then we say, okay, let's agree then on the why. How are we going to fix this? And what is the outcome we would like to achieve? And that is basically our plan called Why, How, and What. On our webpage, you can visit igniteandrevive.co.za. You will find an Afrikaans plan, which was our first plan. And then you will find an English plan. When we started working with the government, we translated into English. And in both those plans, you will see how many of the lines are highlighted in green, meaning successes and goals achieved. Very important to have a look on the Afrikaans, the last page, what? Top line, right-hand corner, that was done December 2019, Town of the Year. We won Town of the Year 2022. It was in our plan. A town phoned me from the Cape, end of last year. They said a couple of years ago they were Town of the Year. Now everything had fallen flat. What must they do? I asked a simple question. Sir, do you have a plan? And he said no. And very basic and easy, and everybody knows it. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I sent him our basic plan and said use it, delete, add, change it, but that's basically what you've got to do. Very important for all of us to know that we have proven that by winning Town of the Year, people have said, but look at your town. You still have potholes. You still have sewage problems. You still have a dysfunctional municipality. But we proved to South Africa that you can make a change. You can be the difference you want to see. You can win Town of the Year by giving your town, your province, and your country hope. That is why we won Town of the Year. We did not win Town of the Year because of having a municipality working 100% and everything's A-okay. That is not why we won. So we won Town of the Year for giving people hope. I would like to share with you in our story using 5 key words. The first key word we used was feet. We've got to stop the outflow of feet out of your town, out of your city, out of your country. You've got to bring back the old inflow of feet, and you've got to create a new inflow of feet. In our municipality, we had a swimming pool that was dry for 8 years, the municipal swimming pool. And I explained to our mayor that we needed to fix this pool for the public and also to host galas, because that would bring feet back to Kroonstad. That is, by the way, one of our success stories. There are 2 towns in the province, a city, Bloemfontein and Kroonstad, that are currently in the Free State that have swimming pools to host galas. And what's very important here is when I spoke to the mayor, I spoke to him the first time, ignored me the second time, ignored me the third time, ignored me the fourth time, ignored me. The 5th time I found out that Tuli, his wife, was in Modelifi hostel in Koffsies, and she swam for Koffsies and provincial. All right? And then I tackled him and I said to him, come on. And the 5th time, he approved, we met at the swimming pool, and a local businessman fixed up the swimming pool within 2 months. And we were hosting our galas again, and the people were swimming. So a lesson there out of our story is just don't give up. Just do it and don't give up. I could have stopped at 1, I could have stopped at 2, 3, or 4. I persisted and I challenged him a 5th time. Come on, let's fix up the swimming pool. The second key word I would like to share with you is unity. We spread it, we speak it, we live it. Business plus government plus community equals success. Guaranteed. We have 160,000 people in Kroonstad. We had under 100 people helping us, and we achieved what we achieved. That is under 1% cooperation and unity. But with our unity being so small, as low as 1%, we achieved what we achieved. People might say this is negative. It's not. We're very excited about it. Imagine we get that up to 3 or 5 or 15 or 30%. But the point is, there were businesses involved, there were government officials involved, and there were community members involved. And even if you have a very low percentage of that, you can make a difference and be successful. The third key word is attitude. One of the gentlemen used it last night. Attitude. Your attitude towards me determines my attitude towards you, and vice versa. So we have a message for South Africa. Change your attitude. Plain and simple. Change your attitude. The fourth key word is significance. Significance is a monster. Your best friend and your biggest enemy. You've got to give credit where credit's due. But I can guarantee you, if you don't give significance to the significance monster, he's going to become your biggest enemy. And that is a challenge, how to deal with significance. Some people will boycott you and work against you if they are not in charge. Finish and clock, because their main basic human need is significance. The fifth word we use to motivate our town, our community, and many other towns and groups in South Africa coming to us for help is obedience. Obedience to God. We got our name from God, we got our plan from God, but we stayed in constant contact with God and followed His advice. and his guidance. And he took a mountain of obstacles and changed it into a valley of insignificance. And that is the powerful God we are serving. So when you get your plan from God, stay in contact with God and all will be fine. The wind will blow. That I guarantee. I want to share the story further, because what's a story without challenges and obstacles? The wind's going to blow against you. That I guarantee. The pessimist will say, it's too strong. The optimist is going to say, it's going to go away. I guarantee it won't. Some of the spiritual oaks are going to come and say, let's just pray and it'll go away. It also won't go away. But we as Ignite and Revivers believe to adjust your sails and to use that wind and travel at high speed against all odds and to reach your destination. And that's what we did. That's part of our story. Everything we do as unto the Lord and not for people. If you're going to keep your eye on people, you won't make it. Obstacles were plenty. We call problems challenges. Curveballs are there, like we've had a couple now. We used to curveballs are made or there to be hit out of the stadium for a home run. Every curveball we get, we smile and we hit them for a home run. We don't become discouraged. We keep focus. And my daughter is my right hand. And when somebody asks her, how's it doing? And how the finances and what's happening with this, what's happening with that, her normal answer is, my pa's weer in geloof. Okay, so that's the road we're walking. A story of walking in faith, trusting God and just keeping our eye on the Lord. I would like to share with you a couple of successes, a quick couple of successes. Today we have a clean town. Today we have a council resolution where my business name and my personal name is in the council resolution. I'm in charge of the whole town's islands and circles and parks. I hand them out to businesses to adopt. They beautify, repair and paint, and then they are allowed to advertise for free on them. How do you get that right? My friend, Mpo Energy Tsakane, the mayor, is a black man, I'm a white man. He's a Muslim, I'm a Christian. He's an ANC, I'm not an ANC. He's a Kaiser Chiefs supporter, I'm a Pirates. He's a Man United supporter and I'm a diehard Liverpudlian. Because I believe you'll never walk alone if you have Jesus Christ in your heart. And you'll never walk alone if you're a Liverpudlian. I even have a gunner, an Arsenal fan there cheering me. So this is a beautiful story. A story where we've fixed the swimming pool. A story where we initiated the amalgamation of 4 schools. The Blou and the Rooi School amalgamated, Centrale Volksskool and Kroonstad amalgamated, and we've got 3 pre-primary, 3 laerskool, 3 hoërskool, and that enabled us to open up 2 schools with a capacity of 800 for English learners. It opened up a hostel where all the farm schools were closing and they did not have accommodation for the farm children. It opened up a hostel for all those farm children. So that's a beautiful success story. Then we won Town of the Year, as you know already. And we've inspired plenty groups throughout the country. What's very exciting is on your doorstep there is Henny Mostert of Die Moot Project. Go and have a look what is happening on your front door. They are now inspiring us. They've raised the bar. And they are now inspiring us, like many other groups in South Africa. You have the Tidy Town groups in Natal, Stephen Harps and Reg Horn. Although Stephen said to me on the phone they started because of us, I'm learning from them now. Just have a look at what they're doing. Then you have the Knysna girls, Revive Knysna and Revive Sedgefield. We had not spoken to each other before. They have a similar name than us. They're doing basically what we're doing without speaking to each other. And this I have found throughout South Africa, that many groups and towns are doing what we're doing, and there's huge similarities in what we're doing, and that means that there's a godly move. Something's happening. God showed us to read the book of Nehemiah, and at the same time all over people are preaching the book of Nehemiah. And other groups are also testifying by following the model that Nehemiah used to successfully rebuild the wall in 52 days. So I can sometimes, it's tangible, I can feel it, I can feel the presence, and I can see the miracles happen. If time will not permit, but if I had to share with you all the miracles we've been through and we've seen, so I can really say to you guys that we are an NPC, non-profit company, no profit, no finder's fee, and no commission. And that has closed the door to many a people, but it has also, through the years, proven that we're the real deal. And through that, we've been very successful with feeding the poor. We have feeding schemes. When it was COVID, we fed all the car guards every Friday. We hid away from the police and the health guys and the disaster management. We'd send out WhatsApps where we would meet on a Friday. We'd give them food hampers, and we fed them until the last day where they could start working again. And from then, we've had many other feeding schemes with schools and with everybody that we're busy with. We are very into job creation. My daughter is in charge of the SETAs, the Skills Development Program. Our aim in our plan is to have 2,000 to 3,000 SETAs in Kroonstad. We did a count 4 months ago. In the last financial year, we did 999 SETAs in Kroonstad. We're aiming for 2,000 to 3,000. There are 21 sectors. We're speaking to all the towns in South Africa and everybody. If you have a business, register, pay your STL. It's only 1%. It's not a big deal. And get involved, no matter what sector you are, but get involved in creating jobs. Feeding the poor, passionate, runs hand in hand, lifting up people, developing people. That is what we're also busy doing. It's not just a story of Kroonstad cleaning a town. And then I would like to go that we are successfully hosting next year our 3rd sport event in town, where we were instrumental in making it happen, with 10,000 people coming to Kroonstad in a week with a sport event. As well, we have a yearly festival now. After winning the Town of the Year, we've got the Town of the Year Makiti that we had last year. This year we did the next festival, and next year 31st of August and 1st of September, we're having our 3rd annual family festival with everybody involved. That's a beautiful festival, and we've got a lineup next year that is really impressive. Time does not permit, but we have many, many, many stories of success to share. The future. What does the future hold? The future is bright. If your success has impressed the Premier of the Free State, that sends you a personal message, acknowledging what you're doing and asking your help to help him revive and reimagine, in his words, a better Free State, then the Vice President in Ramaphosa's office acknowledged us as well. So we've even made impact directly into President Ramaphosa's office. This is exciting. We are excited. Over 100 groups in South Africa and towns are following what we're doing. Some of them have learned directly from us and some of them haven't. Delmas, for example, directly visited us last year. We've mentored them right through the process, and they won Town of the Year this year. So we are excited about the future. We believe in where your focus goes, your energy flows, and there the results will show. So we have results. What have you done for your neighborhood? What have you done for your town? What have you done for your city, for your province, for your country? This is a challenge. One of our members made a board. Whenever we do a cleanup and work anywhere where we are, there's a board with a hand pointing like this with a finger, and it says, what have you done for your town today? So we like challenging every South African. If you're not leaving and you're staying, You've got to roll up your sleeves. You've got to come to the point where you say, this is my home, this is my house, this is my town, this is my province, this is my country. And you've got to roll up your sleeves. Mr. Ramaphosa says, stronger together. Well, in public, I am making a statement here and challenging the President of South Africa. Today I am challenging Cyril Ramaphosa to declare a presidential national cleanup campaign. Mr. Ramaphosa, are you listening to this? A national presidential clean-up campaign where you, Mr. Ramaphosa, instruct every South African, request every South African to clean up in front of his own house. For every South African business to clean up in front of his business. For every government official to clean in front of his office, his building, and then stronger together. Together we can ignite and revive South Africa.